episode of Finishing a Room in Your Basement, it's closet door time. Before I framed my room, I called my door supplier to discuss what door sizes they had available. Then I selected the size that made the most sense for the space, and they gave me the correct rough opening, which is what you see here. If you're starting with an existing opening, then measure the height and width of the opening and give that to your door supplier. You can always cut the door down a little later if you need to. I had my doors and they came pre-primed, but before I install them, I'm going to paint them. It's actually very important to paint them before you install them because then you can paint the top and the bottom of the door. Painting the tops and bottoms of the door helps seal them and protect them from moisture. You'd be surprised how often this step gets skipped. I'll also be painting my doors with a foam roller and high quality interior trim paint. You can also spray them if you like. I painted the rest of my doors this way and they turned out great. I typically give them one coat of paint now and another after I install them. Now I'm going to be installing door jambs. I've seen some cases where people just used a drywall opening for doors like this. I wouldn't really recommend that. My doors are solid core and they're heavy. And when they hit that jamb, they can hit it with a lot of force and they definitely dent drywall. I ordered a pre-hung bypass door, which came with the guide rail already installed to make things a little easier. The door jamb may have came with some bracing to prevent damage in shipping. Knock off the bottom braces, but leave the rest on to keep the jamb square until it's installed. I'll attempt to slide the jamb assembly into the framing to see if the jamb needs to be trimmed or if it needs to be shimmed at the top. As you can see, I probably should have measured first because it was very apparent that the jamb needed to be trimmed. It can be awkward to do this with the jamb assembly not installed, so I took careful measurements and then trimmed the bottom with a square and a jigsaw. Now it fits much better. If you have a jamb assembly like this with the track already installed, be sure to assemble it into the door framing with the track opening to the closet side. I made sure the side jambs had a small gap at the floor. That way the floor can still float a little underneath the jamb. The top guide track needs to be flat and level as possible so the door will open and close properly. Use wood shims as necessary. Then use the screws provided to secure the guide track. Next, remove the last support pieces. I also put a few nails in the top jamb. Then shim out the side jambs so they are square to the top jamb, and then secure both of them with 16 gauge brad nails or finishing screws. If the top jamb is level and the side jambs are square, they should be very close to plumb as well. Being square is probably the most important. As I was installing the guide rail, I noticed that there was only one hole for a screw. This seems crazy to me. These doors are very heavy, so I opted to drill one more hole on each end and add 2 more screws. I also went with a little heavier duty screw when I did this. And then this gap right here will be covered by the casing layer. Install the roller about 1 1/4 inches from the edge of the door. And for now, just put screws in these 2 locations.